Well, greetings. I've had a lot of questions about planting dragon fruit seed. Now, I have some transplanting on dragon fruits to do today, and so I thought I'd start with number one, what do you do with the seeds? Number two, where do they go from there? And kind of head up through the process in steps so I can answer those questions for everybody. So right here in front of me I have a standard 6-inch green plastic flower pot. It's filled with Pro Mix that's been moistened. That's a good medium to use when starting seeds. Sunshine mix works well too. Whatever you use, it is best that you use a seed starting mix when starting dragon fruit seed. It is possible to use potting soils. The problem with the potting soils is if you use a really good one, you get pretty good results. A whole lot of the potting soils in the market are made out of municipal waste and a lot of sludgy junk like black peat and so on. They're not very good. Sometimes they can be completely lethal. I've actually seen potting soils that killed plants. So I would stick with materials that are used for starting cuttings, starting seeds. Buying them ready to go is easy to do. If you want to mix your own, I've tossed recipes out there before. It's mostly milled sphagnum peat with perlite. You can add some vermiculite. You could add horticultural sand. The Pro Mix has microhyzae in it. So you can put these things together yourself if you like to. Anyway, pot, soil, moist. Seeds. Today we're playing with Frankie's Red. This is one of the sweet dragon fruits that has a purple color in the inside. So I have here a pinch of seeds in my fingers. And I am just sprinkling them around on the top of the soil. So spread the seeds around. This soil is quite moist. I'm going to press them down physically by hand here because the soil doesn't really need any more water at the moment. But you can use water to press the seeds down. I had probably on the order of about 3 dozen seeds in my fingertips when I did this. And so that's about the right number for a pot that size. Okay. Next, if you're living somewhere where the air is relatively dry and it gets kind of warm, or you're doing this inside, you might want to cover the pot with saran. The saran will help get the seeds to come up because the surface of the soil won't dry out if you cover it with saran and the seeds on the dragon fruit are on the surface. The reason we do that is the dragon fruit seed likes light, and if you bury it, a lot of it doesn't come up very well. And so we keep it right on top, and then you can cover it with saran. Now, I don't usually do this in Hawaii because we have rain and we have humid conditions here that generally I could just put the seed down on top of the pot, put it out in the nursery, and it goes. But in California, this is what I used to do, and I just wrap the pot in saran like that. Okay. Now keep the saran on the top of the pot until the seeds have mostly germinated. I see a pretty good percentage of the seed up. I'll go ahead and pull it off. I don't want to keep it on very long because if it's kept on too long, the soil may begin to mold and you'll get to have problems. Right here is a pot of Frankie's Red. That's about 2 weeks out in the nursery, and this is what you can expect within probably 7 to 14, maybe 21 days at the worst. These didn't get spread very well because they had the goop on the seeds when I put them out. These hadn't dried yet, so it's kind of hard to distribute the wet seeds. You can do a better job than I did here. Well, then afterwards, as the plants begin to grow up, they look a little bit more like this. These guys are still too small to handle though. Right here is a bunch of Desert King plants. that are in clusters in their pots where they were sown. And so these are all going to have to get knocked apart by me. So there's the next step. This is what we do after the seedlings get large enough to work with. Obviously, by checking the drain holes, you'll see that the plants are well rooted in the container. Now I brought these cactus seedlings inside the shed here, and I have separated them into a great big pile of individual seedlings here by pulling them apart. These are definitely overgrown. In a perfect world, I'd have finished this transplanting work months ago, but I'm kind of behind schedule. So these plants are a little bit over large. All right. In case anybody wants to know, Bill didn't get his transplanting done fast enough. Okay, there we go. One pot became 18. A little bit of time-release fertilizer in here. Give them something to feed on. They haven't eaten for a while. There we go. So we'll take these back out in the nursery. Well, after a while, your dragon fruit are going to get to look like this, and they're getting a little bit too big for these 4-inch pots they're in. So the next step is we have to get them out of the 4-inch pots and put them into gallon cans. So first thing first, got to get them out of the pot. There we go. Here I have containers ready to accept them. Okay, well, now everybody's in their pots. Now we're going to add a little soil to every one of these bags. There you go. That was everything. From seed to gallon can. There really is nothing else left in between. Happy gardening. Have a lovely day. Thanks for watching.